Okay, so we'll keep working on that. Let us know if we have any more issues with that. So let's do some of our introductions again. So we have on the left, and go ahead and if you can speak up, Tiffany, so we can get you back on the screen. We have Tiffany Daniel on the far left. She is the assistant director of the joint program. And then we have in the middle Laurie Wolf. Go ahead, Laurie.
Hello.
She is the maternal child director. And then on the far right, we have Miss Laurie Montoya. She is the director of surgical services. So let us know if you, yeah, thank you, Laurie. So let us know if you can hear better now. Okay. Joanne says all good now. Okay, so let's talk about that. We're going to go through a couple of things again just to make sure we get those out and on where folks can hear it. You mentioned some of the changes that we've had since COVID has started. What are some of those safety precautions that you've taken recently in the wake of COVID? And then let's also talk about what.
Okay, so employees, when they come in the morning, go through a screening station. Their temperatures are taken, and then we get a little green dot on our badge. Or not green dot, they change colors every day. But we get a dot for our badge that lets everybody know that we've been screened. We also wear our masks in the hallways, and whenever we pass each other on the units, we all have our PPE available. So if we have a patient that is under suspicion, we wear our N95s, or we have capper masks as well that we can wear when we're taking care of our patients. We also make sure that the family members or the patient wear their masks when we're in the rooms taking care of them as well.
Excellent. That's very good. And one of the things that we wanted to shed some light on, I remember you talked about this earlier, one of the reasons why you feel like you've had the proper amount of PPE is because of
John Hudson,
Materials
manager, the department. They're awesome.
Excellent. So we're going to try that applause one more time for John Hudson and his. I'm putting it up on the screen here. Congratulations to John Hudson. Thank you very much, and the rest of the team. Okay, so we'll make sure we have that for him a little bit later. Okay, so let's move into staffing issues, and kind of let's talk about your current staff and how you're looking to grow your staff, because you're one of the few independent hospitals that are out there. In fact, there's only I think 2 in all of New Mexico. But you're continuing to grow as an organization, which is wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's talk about your growth. So talk about where you are now and where you're looking to be. Let's start with Tiffany.
Right now, we have more elective surgeries coming in, but with our staffing, we are able to keep a lot more patients and don't have to shift them out to the community, which is better for them and their families. Plus, we have a lot of people that just want to learn about the orthopedics world and hopefully stay in it.
Excellent. How about you, Laurie or Wolf?
Okay. Well, so on our unit, we are unique in that we have, we're essentially 4 units in one. So our nurses don't just do labor and delivery. They take care of couplets, mom-baby couplets. They take care of GYN post-surgical patients. And we also have it's not really a level 2 nursery, but we do some oxygen therapy, IV therapy, antibiotics on sicker babies. So our nurses have that broad experience and skill set. And so we are an all RN staff. So anytime you're on the unit, you're with other RNs. And so, yeah.
That's good. How many do you have on staff right now, roughly?
We have 20 nurses on staff.
Awesome.
Yeah, and right now we are supported by agency staff, and so we are looking to hire permanent staff.
Okay.
Great.
And Laurie Wolf?
Yes.
So you mean me, Laurie? Me?
I'm sorry, Laurie Montoya. Laurie Montoya. I was looking down at the screen, and all of a sudden I noticed that our live got interrupted and it's starting over again, which is weird. But the good news is it started over. It looks like it's live again. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Been interesting.
We're
you're on the unit, you're with other RNs. And And so,
yeah.
Oh,
yes.
wait,
Good.
second,
How
wait a
many
second.
do you have on staff right now?
That is sorry. That was the other live. Keep going. Sorry, Montoya. Laurie Montoya, please.
That's okay. That's okay. So we are actually working with international nurses as well. We've started bringing in international nurses as well as local nurses that have come on board. We also pull resources from our Holloman Air Force Base. We have a lot of wives that are nurses that need a place to work while their husbands are serving our country and keeping us safe. So we have a broad spectrum of diverse nurses in the operating room and in surgical services, which is absolutely fun because you learn different things from each other, different techniques, different processes from each other. So it makes it very interesting to learn from each other. We've been able to help be supported as well through travel agency, which is still tons of fun because you get people from all over the country, so that we can get our nurses grown, our new nurses that are permanent, but always still recruiting, just so you know. So we have a good time with our staffing. This is like one of the few times that I can say that we are almost fully staffed in my little OR, which is I've gotten some feedback with visiting with one of my nurses this morning that she's loving it because we are a rural facility. So we kind of do it all. We're like Laurie, we're very specific specialty. We get to do all service lines. We don't just do ortho. We don't just do GYN. We don't just do cardiac or hearts. We do everything. So our nurses are diverse in all of their practices as far as service lines. We do GYN and we send those off to Laurie. We do our own C-sections and we send those back to Laurie. We do our total joints. We send those to Tiffany. We do our ortho trauma. We send those back to Tiffany. We do general surgery. We have a thoracic surgeon that's doing VATS and thoracotomies and lobectomies. We just are all around the gamut. We have urology. We just do all of the fun stuff.
Oh, I love
So
that.
my nurses are completely diverse and they get to put their hands in all of that. So that is absolutely a luxury that we have, that we don't have to specialize and stay in that one field. We can open our eyes and see it all.
Oh,
That
that's
is so
great.
exciting. I love to hear that. And it's
Yeah,
really
every
helpful to
day.
a lot of the nurses. I would say even some of the newer nurses coming in, that's got to really keep them engaged to wanting to continue to learn and thrive, because your area of expertise is so broad. It's everything. And I feel like you're constantly
Absolutely.
learning. And one thing I actually love to hear, even though I know it can get costly with travelers, I have been introduced and have hired on permanent staff as some of the best
Absolutely.
travelers I have ever had. And
Yeah.
I love how you said that about the excitement with travelers, because they are dipped all over the United States and they have
Right.
their hands in everyone's pot, and they will bring to you a wealth of information. They'll still continue to learn. And some of the best nurses that I've kept, that I've stayed on and have retained the longest, have been travelers. And eat them up while you can and keep them.
Absolutely.
If you love them, keep them.
And we currently have one on the unit right now that's been here before. She wanted to come back.
Awesome.
So we always like that.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: in terms of each of your departments, I'd like you to just briefly kind of go over or think about before this, what would be the ideal candidate you feel for your department that will work well within your team? And while you're thinking about that, before you do that, I want to give away a book. Okay. All right. So what I want to do with those who are watching, thanks for going through all of this with us, even when they had some technical difficulties. They went off one live and went to the new live. So thank you for that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to use a keyword for today, and you're going to spell out that word. You're going to use it in just one letter in each comment, and you're going to have to spell out that word. And for those of you who are veterans and you know the drill, but wait till I say go before you start. So the word is going to be nurse, N-U-R-S-E. The first person that types that in 5 different comments without being interrupted will win either a copy of one of the books on our list for today. It's going to be an autograph signed copy, or you will win a personality test if you'd like to take it. Okay? All right, so let's go now. Nurse. First one to enter nurse without being interrupted. Okay, while they're doing that, I'd like to start off with you, Laurie. Talk about, and by the way, I love all you guys' videos. You guys are doing awesome on your videos, and we've been playing those a lot lately. But
Oh gosh.
Tina too. No, they are great. I've seen them.
Yeah.
You guys are fantastic.
So Laurie Wolf, we're going to start off with you. You tell us what's the ideal candidate, the ideal fit for your team right now.
So the ideal candidate for the maternal child unit is somebody who has passion for the work, somebody who's willing to learn and continually learn, because our field is ever changing in
Absolutely.
the guidelines and the protocols. Also, somebody who's a really hard team player. We work together because we do have the different units, but we're not spread out. We all pretty much stay together because if something goes amiss, we need all hands on deck. And so we have to be a really good, tight-knit team.
Oh, love that. Love that. How about you, Laurie Montoya?
This almost the same because we are such diverse units and we're so specialized. We have to have that same criteria, but as Laurie said, passion. When I educate my new nurses or I interview them, when I want them to come on board, and that's with any of my staff, heart is a big deal for me. Having heart and love for what we're doing. It's not just a paycheck. It's not just a job. It's having love and heart for what you're doing and caring for these people. This is somebody's mom. This is somebody's kid. This is somebody's brother. These are people in our community. This is where we live. I want somebody to make sure and have that heart for what they're doing is an extremely important quality for my department. We, as in Laurie's department and well, in any department, can go critical very quickly. So team playing has got to be number one. It all has to be an all hands on deck mentality, and just the want to learn and constantly be learning, doing new things every day, seeing new things every day, and being open-minded to that, knowing that, I may do it this way and you may do it this way, but those are not wrong ways or right ways. We do them differently, but they accomplish the same goal as long as we're doing them safely and achieving the same goal.
Oh, I like that. That sounds good. Yeah. So, how about you, Tiffany? What do you think is an ideal fit for your team at this point?
Well, I agree with both of them on the heart and the willingness to learn and the team player because we work as a team as well, but also we have to work with the OR services PACU, and then we also share physical space with MedSurg, so we assist taking care of their patients and work with their nurses too. So we have to be able to adjust depending on our census and theirs. And also just thinking about the patient population because the elective joints that come in, they choose to be there. So their expectations are a little bit different than what we call the ortho traumas, the patients that come in with a hip fracture or something like that. They didn't plan to be here. So there are two different types of patient population that we kind of have to work with differently each day.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Now, let me ask you this. In terms of the practice that you have, do you feel that based on what you're seeing in current conditions and how long we're seeing that this COVID is possibly going to last, how do you think the practice will change or stay the same over, let's say, the next 12 months?
I don't know that it's going to change much.
No.
I don't think it's going to change much. I think we're going to be very similar in what our practices are now to what they're going to be later. Flu season's coming, strep throat's coming, kids are wanting to go back to school. It's just going to stay the same, I think, in our practices.
for a while.
I really feel that.
Yeah.
I don't see it going away anytime soon.
No.
Although I'm sure everybody online is ready for it to be over. I know I am, but I don't really feel like it's going to be.
Yeah, and I like to ask people like you who are in the know because we all wish it would be over like tomorrow, but realistically, it doesn't look that way.
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh.
So I want to see who won our book or who won the. Oh, actually, Denise Moore Contreras. She won the prize, and she'll let us know which prize it is that she won because she has a choice. So let's go ahead and give a round of applause for Denise. Very good.
Denise.
And we'll get a bit of applause up here on the screen. Man. She like that too. Awesome.
Love this applause.
Okay, very good. So going back to our discussion here, one of the things I did also want to ask is with COVID, the interview process has changed quite a bit. So describe for us, what does that interview process look like? If I'm a new candidate, if I'm a nurse, I feel like I fit those things you just described a few moments ago, and I apply. I know that the current practice, I'm going to be screened by a recruiter relatively quickly. But once I get to the hiring manager stage, to the stage where I get to see you, what is that like? Give me an idea for what that process is like.
There's a couple of ways that you could do it. We can do a WebEx so we can actually see the individual, or it's just over the phone. And we try to get it together so many directors are in the room at one time so that we could give them an overall look at each place that they have the opportunity to work.
Okay, great.
Great.
And are you also doing some peer interviewing as well?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Okay.
So I've done quite a few peer interviews on my unit, and we use WebEx, which is really good because the staff gets to interact with the candidate, and it's just a good way to be able to see how everybody interacts and see the teamwork and how the fit is going to work.
That's awesome.
And it's very important we do that because, you need to see that candidate and see their body language and let them look at you and see that way we can get a feel, got to get that vibe. Is this going to feel like it's going to work, or I'm not so sure it's going to fit, or those kind of things. And you don't get to do that so much on the phone. So being able to see has been, it's a must, really. It's really hard to do it over the phone.
Yeah, that's a great point. We did have a comment. Go ahead.
I'm totally interrupting you again. I love what you said about having the WebEx there and actually having the candidates see the nurses in live action. I think that's so important because it'll speak to how great you guys are and how well they work on the units. And it in the same retrospect gives you the perspective of the candidate. Are we both a great fit for each other? And I feel like it almost makes the staff, and correct me if I'm wrong, probably feel a little bit more relaxed during the interview too, because sometimes I find the staff it's very stressful for them to come out from their patients in a way to be able to interview versus just being in their own natural environment.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So I have a question from the comments. It says, what is the best way to share opportunities for seasoned MSNs with ER training to secure a traveler's position? My sister wants to relocate to Mesa, Arizona. Does anyone want to comment on that question?
For us, we go through a company called ShiftWise. So our recruiter will typically put the job post out on ShiftWise to all of the agencies.
Right.
And then so the agencies will pick that up and then send the information back to our recruiter locally.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, that seems the best way. Once you get some kind of relationship with one of the agencies, they can typically get in contact with the hospitals in the area you're trying to get to. That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, well, wonderful. Let's move on a little further in our discussion too. I wanted to ask, a couple of things, like what inspired you to want to get into the healthcare and nurse practice? I'd love to hear each of your stories. I've actually heard some of your stories, but I want our audience to hear it live. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. I just enjoyed taking care of people, and I like the healthcare field because whether you're a nurse, a doctor, whatever, there's so many different realms that you can work in. So if you learn this one and then you want to make a change, you can shift to a different specialty or practice, and you can learn a lot of different things.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that's good.
So I have always been an OB nurse. Went into nursing school knowing that's what I wanted to do. My desire was based on my own experiences and having children and wanting to improve that and make that better for others, because every baby is the only experience you're going to have with that baby. And so I really want that to be a good experience for everybody.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
That's my story.
That's absolutely 100% true. That's awesome, Laurie. I didn't know I wanted to be a nurse. Even though I was raised in a family of medical providers and, in the medical field and that kind of thing, I thought, oh, I don't want to do that. So I never really knew I wanted to be a nurse. I kind of just fell into it. And when I started as a baby nurse, so I've lived in the OR my whole nursing career. And granted, I've done other jobs and, done some time out on the floor and other things, but I've always grown up in the OR. And I think that's because I have just the utmost admiration for our providers and our surgeons to see the inside of a body and watch it be repaired, a damaged piece of the body, and watch it be repaired from the inside out is absolutely the most amazing thing I've ever seen ever. And so Laurie feels that way about babies. I feel that about surgery. Tiffany feels that about joints, because we are just, that is what our niche is. And I just cannot tell you, to see the body from the inside out and see its miraculousness that it does and how we function, and to see that from the inside out is amazing. And so that's why I stay in surgery, because I absolutely love it. Love it.
I love that.
And I gotta tell you, with all three of you, your energy just exudes this entire discussion right now. I mean, I just want to come there right now. I mean, you can tell the passion is so much. It's so much within you. That has to exude out onto your staff. It's got to translate into the staff. I can't imagine it not, with the way that the three of you are talking. Really, I want to come to New Mexico, and I want to go to Gerald Champion.
Well, come on.
I know, right? Flight away and a mask away.
Right.
So Kendra says, yes, communication, accountability, and teamwork is crucial in critical care.
Absolutely.
And Denise says, woot, woot, thank you. And let's see, Denise is following up. She's talking to someone else in the group. Okay. And then just want to make sure I covered all the comments. Okay. So we also like to do fun stuff too, guys. So you ready for a fun question?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, can't wait. You knew you were going to get that from me.
Which emoticon do you like the best?
I can't tell you.
Well,
it resembles a bird.
I love it.
Okay, moving right along. How about you, Laurie Wolf, or Tiffany? You got one too?
I think the one that I use the most is probably the heart.
Okay, the heart. Yes.
The heart for everything.
I like the one that's smiling really big.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
yes.
a good one.
Yeah, I like that one too. As far as the one I like the most, I guess that the one I like the most would be the thumbs up, because I love giving people thumbs up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like a lot of them. How about you, Noelle?
It's funny that Tiffany said that, because the one that's like this, I'm constantly doing that, followed by like the arm and the fist bump.
The strong arm. Yeah.
Totally. And I feel like that's my response for everything, because it's just, I don't know. Everything. You just got to add some humor to it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So everybody watching, I want you to put your favorite emoticon in the comments. Put the favorite one that you like to use in the comments. Okay, that would be kind of cool. All right, I have one more for you, guys. This is called Never Have I Ever. Okay, so I'm just curious. You can tell me if you have or you've never. Okay. Never have I ever daydreamed about donuts.
Do I have to tell the truth? Look at me. I have.
That was very convincing too.
Yeah. Well, we have this little place. It's a little place downtown. It's like a little mom and pop, and they make the best blueberry donuts like on the planet. Like I am a Dunkin' Donuts fan, Krispy Kreme. I have tried all the donuts, but because I'm a huge donut fan. When I was pregnant with all three of my children, that's all I ever ate was donuts. I'm surprised none of them look like donuts. But
so
we have a little place. It's just a little mom and pop, Daylight Donuts, and they make the best blueberry donuts on the planet. So
I love it.
Do they make gluten-free donuts?
We could probably ask, and I'm sure she might.
I will be on a plane tomorrow. Sold.
See, that's why I love these questions, because it brings out things that normally I wouldn't learn. So I learned the next time I go to Alamogordo, I know what place I'm gonna go to.
Right? Who would have known?
Donut.
I'm gonna
That
pick up
is
some stuff for you
amazing.
guys.
Yes.
So, and one other thing I want to do, and guys in the comments, again, I want you guys to answer. Have you ever done that? Okay, admit it. Be honest. I know I have. You know what? I daydream about cinnamon rolls. That's my favorite
Yeah.
thing to daydream about when
Yeah.
it comes to sweets. Okay, I got another one for you. Would you rather, during a rainy and windy storm, be stuck in a 100-foot well or up 100 feet in a tree? 150 feet in a tree.
In the tree.
Tree.
Yeah. So you said it's raining, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely in the tree.
In the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather be hit by lightning than drown. Yes.
I totally agree with that one. That's a quick, painless death right there.
Yes, just one shot I'm out. That's good.
Totally.
Drowning, I get to watch it feel and know it's coming.
Totally. That's such a good nurse response too,
Right.
because we know the extreme on either end of that. Lightning, I'll take it.
Exactly. Man, I tell you, you're on the ball with that one. Does any dissenters? Anyone disagree with Laurie on hers?
No.
Everybody seems to agree. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to give away another book too, by the way. Let's see here. We'll make sure I didn't miss any comments here. So Patty says, I can't recall daydreaming about donuts. I'm not much on sweets though. Oh, maybe she's a salt person. Maybe she likes salty stuff. Patty says, I like the eye roll emoji.
Yes.
The which
That's a
emoji?
good
The
one
eye
too.
roll.
Emoji.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah. Having 4 kids, I use that one all the
I
time.
was going to say I do that a lot. My
Right?
son gets that one the most.
Joanna says
Silly
she.
answer they're getting.
Joanna likes the double hearts, the big heart and the small heart.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
That's
And
a good one.
Kendra says she likes the one with the heart that's with it vibrating as if it's resonating.
Yes.
That little pink one there. Yep.
Oh, here's one, praying hands. So Denise likes the
Oh,
praying
very good one.
hands. Yes, that's a good one. I like to use that for thank you and for praying, for both. I like
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, going back to the discussion. What are some? Let's give some tips from people, because a lot of people are doing this interviewing by video, and sometimes they don't always get the best feedback as to what they did wrong, what they did right. You guys have done quite a few. Can you give us some tips for those who are looking, some do's and don'ts, some things that you've liked that impressed you, and maybe some things that didn't impress you so well, so we can learn from that? I don't know, where's that? Someone doing some work?
Getting a lot of feedback.
Yeah. Okay. I think the best thing they can do is just be themselves. Don't try too hard. I mean, just answer their question and relax. I mean, we're not going to bite them. So just relax and be themselves.
I would agree with Tiffany. I was going to say genuine. Just be genuine to who you are, because that shines through more than anything else.
Right. And honesty. If you've not done, if we've asked if you've done a certain procedure or something, just be honest. No, I've never seen that. I don't know how to do that. That's more important to me than to hire you and you come in and you do the procedure and you don't know how to do it and we cause somebody harm. So just be honest is a big thing.
Oh, that's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to something you guys talked
Okay.
about earlier, which I thought was very interesting, because we live in a time period that I think is somewhat changing, but it used to be that when a nurse came out of school as a new grad, it was kind of expected they would go to med surg first. But I noticed you said you went right into OB, Laurie, and Laurie Montoya, you said you did OR from the beginning too. So tell us about what's the thought process right now? What do you guys think in terms of direction? Do you like to sometimes take in new grads, or do you want them to have some med surg experience first?
Yeah, it depends on the skill mix on the unit. If we have more experienced nurses on the unit, then absolutely. I love bringing in new nurses fresh out of school, because they have that passion. They want to learn, and
Absolutely.
they
They're
soak
excited.
everything in. And so, yeah, we like new grads.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty universal. We are all open from that, because if our managers at the time would not have taken that chance on us, we wouldn't have been able to be where we are today and be able to have started at that point in our lives and stay where we're at. So we have to give the new grads that same courtesy and that same opportunity. So like Laurie says, it does depend on staffing. If we've got some good seasoned nurses and experienced nurses that are on the floor to help bring those babies up, then it works out fabulous, and that's the ideal situation.
Okay, that was such a wonderful answer. I have to give you this.
just going with the applause here.
That was great. That was awesome. That was for all the new grads out there who are looking for a job. They would feel the same way. They would love that answer. So appreciate that. Okay, so we want to give away another book, guys. So let's do another book. So what we're going to do, we're going to do another keyword. This time the keyword is going to be different. And if you win, you get a chance to take the Enneagram personality profile test, or you can take one of our books that we're going to give away, the autograph signed books. Okay, so the word, it's not really a word. It's really more of an abbreviation. It's kind of hard. And it's the abbreviation of Gerald Champion, which is GCRMC.
Ooh, that's a good
This
one.
is hard, guys. This is not easy.
Hard.
It has to be in the right order. It cannot be interrupted. It's GCRMC, and if you're not sure, the logo's at the top of the page. So look at the logo if you get a little confused. But go ahead and type that in now. Go for it, guys. Okay. So as they're doing that, wow. And I
was going to say you're lucky that we're amid these COVID times, because the next giveaway I would say would have to be a plane ticket to GCRMC.
Right?
We should do that. We should do that one of these times. Yeah.
We should. It's a field trip. We need to go on a field trip.
Yeah.
I love field trips.
Speaking of that, I'm glad you said that, Noelle. Let's talk about the community, because sometimes we always talk about the job, because we're going to be living in the area more than we're working, right? So let's talk about the area. What are some things you guys like about the? I really hope so. What are some of your favorite things about the area, guys?
So what I love about the area is that, yes, we live in a basin, and typically we don't see a lot of snow in the wintertime. However, we can drive 20 minutes up the mountain and be in skiing weather, sledding. And so we really, truly get to see the 4 seasons.
Absolutely.
And hiking and just nature, and there's so much to do.
That's great.
Awesome. What about you, Laurie, Montoya? Or Tiffany? Tiffany, you're Tiffany was about to say something. Go ahead.
I'm the same way. There's so much to do, and you don't have to go very far to do it.
Absolutely. We have the best of all worlds. You go 45 minutes south and you're in Las Cruces for shopping and bigger restaurants that we don't have here in our small community. You go an hour and a half and you're in El Paso and you're in the total city life. 3 hours, you're in Albuquerque, you're in city life again. Like Laurie said, 20 minutes up the mountain, you're in mountain. You're hiking, you're skiing, there's fishing, not a lot of water, but a little puddle that you can fish out of and spend some time. Absolutely beautiful. You get to see the leaves change. You get snow. We get rain. People don't know that we get rain in the desert, but we do. Not a lot of it, but we get it. But just enough. I think it's just enough to satisfy the 4 seasons needs. But I just love my community. I love where I live. I love the people. I love all of out of the Tularosa Basin, because I actually live in Tularosa, which is 13 miles north of Alamogordo, and it is a very small town. We have one stoplight, but it is just absolutely peaceful. It is serene. We have the best sunsets. We have the most beautiful skies on the planet.
Awesome.
That's awesome. I mean, it sounds like you get the best of all worlds. You can enjoy the thrill and then go back to nice, peace, quiet within minutes. Oh,
yeah. You want to go spend the day and shop, you go do that. You come home and you've got your down again. You can relax and not have to worry about traffic. You fight that all day and you enjoy it and you love it, and then you come home.
Yep. Oh, that's quite the opposite of Boston and LA where I lived. So I love that.
Now
there's
2 things that you didn't mention that I think we should probably mention. You guys can tell us what you feel about it. But the sands out there, the beautiful beach.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
Yeah, tell us about the beautiful beach out there. Tell us about that.
So that's our beach with no water.
Yeah, I would say that.
I mean, we have movie companies that fight to come out and shoot movies there. There's so much to do out there. It's absolutely breathtaking. When you see your first moonlight white sands adventure, your jaw is just going to drop. It is absolutely gorgeous. The moon is huge. It lights up the whole white sands in this beautiful moonlit blue. It is absolutely astounding. You can look it up online if you don't believe me. It is absolutely beautiful.
You know what? Since you just said that, I think I'm going to try and bring it up on the screen, because I think I have a way of doing that. Also,
the sunset strolls, they do that out there. You could go out and do the sunset strolls. You're a knowledge buff. The museum is awesome. They have a beautiful little gift shop. Yeah, it's just it's a beautiful place to hang out.
awesome. And then also tell us about the. In fact, you know what? Let me just do this. While I have it, I'm just going to show them real briefly what it looks like. That's a shot of the White Sands right there, guys. Okay, how about there's also a couple other cool little things, like there's like a space museum there, and you have your own zoo, and you have the beautiful backdrop of and I'm going to show them later, this backdrop of the mountains behind you.
Absolutely. Yes. We have a lot of history in New Mexico as well. Billy the Kid up in Lincoln County, Capitan, Smokey the Bear. Smokey the Bear was born down the road. I mean,
wow.
we have
Out of here. I didn't know that.
absolutely up in Lincoln County.
Awesome.
Yeah, we have tons of history. The Space Museum, the space program that stems from the White Sands Missile Range and Holloman Air Force
Wow.
Base. New Mexico has a huge base of history.
Yeah.
Well, I know who's going to be my tour guide now.
Yeah. Well, and I have lived in New Mexico my whole life. I have travelers that come and tell me things I never knew about New Mexico.
Really?
Because they are on their weekends off when they're not on call.
Yes.
I had
They're
one from
going
New
out.
York. She packs a lunch. She gets in her little car and she's off on a new adventure up in Socorro to see the satellites, rock formations, and petroglyphs that I never even knew that we had. I've learned so much through visitors, through
Oh, that's
travelers, through
awesome.
their eyes. So that's amazing.
How
That's
about
awesome.
how about the balloon? You have like a balloon festival too, right?
We do
Mhm.
at the White
White
Sands,
Sands, yeah.
White Sands Balloon
I would love
Invitational.
that.
It's beautiful. And
Awesome.
if you want bigger, you go to Albuquerque, and it would be now in October, which is sad, another COVID downer, that they're not going to be able to have the balloon fiesta this year. But that is an international, outstanding event. Everybody needs to go at least once in their life. It is beautiful.
Love it.
And again, you can bring that up online and look at those pictures. That's absolutely gorgeous.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
All right, so let's see who won. I'm trying to see who won the book here. Let's see. I'm going through.
I want a book.
You guys get a book too. You guys want a book too? Yeah. So let's get okay. So Joe, let's make sure and send Laurie Montoya, Laurie Wolf, and Tiffany a list of the books, and they can choose which book they want. We definitely want to get you guys a book. Okay, so
Thanks, Lolis.
absolutely. So I'm trying to see who won. Let's see who won the contest. I'm totally lost, guys. Oh, looks like Kendra. Looks like Kendra won the book. Yes. All right, Kendra. Congratulations to Kendra. Yeah, I got to do my applause too. One more time. Okay, very good. All right, so some of the last comments we got said, let's see. Nice job. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, I want to make sure I didn't miss any questions here. Oh, Patty Witt says, "You ladies really are trying to get us all to move there, aren't you?"
I'm telling you.
I tell you,
We love our home. I'll tell you that.
you know what? I really appreciate y'all's patience through all this. I appreciate you guys. You're busy. It's not like you're just twiddling your thumbs. I mean, you guys are working hard over there, and you stopped to come over here and spend time with myself and all of my audience here. And we appreciate that. We're going to leverage this and put it in little clips too, so that other people can see it that weren't able to see it. We're also going to have a replay. The replay is available on Facebook. So if you go to Facebook Health Video Jobs, and there should be a link even through the GCRMC channel. Same thing on LinkedIn. So YouTube, we got a lot of different places to make sure that more people need to learn about what you guys are doing at Gerald Champion. Yeah, really appreciate it. And those in the comments, was there anything that stuck out for you? Put that in the comments that you really liked that you heard today. We're gonna go back and read this later, and let's all thank our wonderful crew, our wonderful cast for their time today. We appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ladies, it was
Thank
such
you
a
for
pleasure
having us.
talking with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
enjoyed this.
yeah. We're gonna have y'all back. Hopefully, will y'all please come back, please?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I keep thinking about donuts now.
Sorry.
The donuts are like,
Sorry.
no, that's okay. It's like I'm salivating thinking about those donuts.
Okay, and I know you guys are super busy over there, but we have a Fun and Games Friday on Fridays at 2:00 from 2 to 3. And it will be 1:00 you guys' time, Mountain Time. It's 1:00. But I'd love to have y'all on one of. We should do like a Fun and Games Friday for Gerald Champion one day.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Cool.
we're doing an Atrium one tomorrow. Atrium Health is tomorrow's guest, but I'd like to schedule you guys to come. You guys, you'll be a fun group. I think you guys will be a fun group.
Totally.
Yes.
Totally.
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to go ahead and sign off. Please say goodbye.
Accepted.
Yeah. Please say goodbye to our crew, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Y'all have a great day. Be safe.
You too. Appreciate you.
Thanks, everyone.
And thank you, Noelle, for being the co-host today. I appreciate you as well.
Thank you. Anytime. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All you guys out in the comment land, thank you for being here today. Have a great day and hope to see you tomorrow. We're signing off. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream here in just a second. The stream is a little bit behind us, so if I cut it off immediately, it'll cut off the stream. So I got to make sure we get done here. But Atrium Health is tomorrow's guest. But I'd like to. Okay.
Kind of. I think we are. We're finishing.
Yeah, I think we're all.
Yeah. We're done. We're done. We're good. So if you guys have to run, it's okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so on that note.
Bye, ladies.
Bye to our crew,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So on that note, Drake, bye.
Thank y'all. Appreciate